everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share with you my new Split Ender Pro, and this is a hair trimming tool, and the purpose of this is it is supposed to clip and trim any split ends that are making your hairs kind of stand out, frizz out. Not just the split ends, but any kind of shortened ends that are not smooth with the rest of your hair. Very similar to the concept of when you go to a salon and they do something called dusting, which is when your stylist takes a pair of scissors and they kind of snip the hair around your head, whatever's sticking out, what isn't lying smooth, and that's what gives your hair that really smooth, glossy, shiny red carpet look, because everything's smooth and perfectly flat, nothing's puffing out. But my main question about this is that every time I saw any video, any tutorial about that, is that whatever model, whoever was doing it to their hair was straight, and it was kind of medium to thick hair. I didn't see anybody who had hair like mine, which is pretty thick, but also wavy hair, and I do have a lot of hair, but everybody's hair was already straightened. And I wanted to know if this would work on wavy to curly hair. So I contacted the company before purchasing this, and then before the day was up, I got a response back. So I'm gonna read you the response I got from them. It says, "Dear Ilana, the revolutionary Split Ender Pro was designed to be able to work in most types of hair, both curly and straight. The curlier the hair, the more time it may take to use this tool. Our general policy with curly hair is that if you can pass a comb through the hair, then you should be able to also utilize the Split Ender Pro. We recommend people with curls to pull the section they wish to use the split ender on out as straight as they can. Not strain it, but pull it taut. Then pass the tool through the section. The Split Ender Pro trims the very end of the hair by approximately 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, leaving the overall length of the hair strand untouched. It has been designed to work on every type of hair, curly or straight, thick or thin. In order to use the Split Ender Pro effectively, the hair must be washed and completely dry, free of any oils or conditioners, to ensure that the strands do not become stuck together. Your hair should be at least chin length. The point of this is to create a healthy looking head of hair, and the more times you have to use any kind of heat styling tools, the more damage you're creating to your hair. So I didn't want to have to straighten my hair first. So apparently this will work on my hair, which is pretty wavy, pretty thick, and lots of it. I want to show you my other two models, how their hair is, because I'm not going to just do it on myself, I'm going to do it on my daughters as well. Back here we have Haley, my oldest daughter, and she has straight hair that is relatively thin. Can you show your hair off a little bit? She does have bangs, but it's just straight hair, pretty fine straight hair. Not at all like my hair. She looks nothing like me. Then we have Hazel, who kind of maybe look a little bit like Mama. I don't think so. She's got wild, crazy, we call her hair Bellatrix Lestrange, crazy curls, very thin. A lot of it is still baby hair. Come up high. But it's very curly, her hair. Okay, so we're gonna test this on all three of our hairs and see how well it works on all of us. Before we actually start testing this on our hair, we do need to open it up. Little travel case. And inside the travel case is the charger, a comb for keeping the tool clean, and a little divider to help keep everything stored and organized. And then there's the tool. It has a rechargeable battery that for the first time use you need to charge it for 2 to 3 hours, but you can also use it while the unit is plugged into a power source. So that is how I'm going to use it right now. But before doing that, let's just go over all our parts here. There's a little directional arrow here with a lock sign to be able to get into where the battery is if you need to take it apart. Also, to clean it, you just really easily, it turns right off, and then this part comes out, and this is just the charging part. Because there's gonna be lots of little pieces of hair, it's important to know how to take it apart, because you do need to clean it regularly, because if there's too much hair that gets stuck in here, it won't work. So to put it back together, you just line up the 2 hours, press it together, and lock into place. On the bottom here, there's lock on, lock off, and your pressing plate, which is what engages this part here where your hair goes through. So I have to hold it down, turn it down to lock off, and now this will open. And what you have here is like kind of like a little chamber that your hair gets passed through. There's some bristles in here. You're gonna put your hair through it, and it's gonna crimp your hair in between here. So one hair is gonna be pressed down on this side, comb paddles going through it, and then when you press this lever here to close it and pull it through the hair, it's gonna be combed through here and inside here right in between here are the little blades. Any of the hairs that are sticking up are gonna reach these little blades in here, and the hair is gonna end up in your chamber here. So let me close this up, lock it. This in here is the chamber that gets filled up with all the hair. It just slides right off, and you have to dump this and clean it out periodically. And in here are the blades that cut the hair. And you wanna work with a small section of hair at a time and make sure that it's brushed and completely free of any tangles. So I'm just gonna run a brush through it and make sure there's no tangles through here. Working with small pieces, especially if you have thicker hair. The thicker your hair is, the thinner the section of hair you wanna use. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that this is unlocked so that your hair can fit through here, okay? You're gonna place it in between the plates and close it. And then you're gonna drag it through. Okay, you're gonna go slowly, but you wanna make sure that your hair is fitting snugly in between the plates, like so. Clamp it closed, like you would with a curling iron or a flat iron, and then slowly dragging it through. And you're gonna do this process 3 times. Of course, your unit will be on when you're doing that, but the way you wanna put the unit is there's 2 arrows here. So when you go from one side of your head to the other side of your head, if you're lefty or righty, it doesn't matter. You just push the arrow that's pointing down to the floor. So while I'm on this side of my head here, holding the unit like this, I'm gonna be pushing this arrow here, which is gonna make the blades rotate in the correct direction. If I switch to this side of my head, I'm gonna make sure that I'm pointing the arrow on this way, so that when I pull down, the direction of the blades is still going in a downwards motion, following the direction that it needs to be cut. So I'm gonna put it in, push the button pointing down to the ground, the light turned on, it's green, and now as soon as I close it, it's gonna start going the blades, and I'm gonna pull. 1 time, then we're gonna do it again 3 times each piece of hair. And then 1 more time.
It kind of pulls.
It's pulling a little bit?
Yeah.
We finished doing this side of Hazel's hair. And how was it, Hazel? Was it scary? Did it hurt? No?
No.
Was it loud?
A little.
Yeah. Did you mind it?
Mm-mm.
Did it take a long time or was it quick?
Quick.
Okay, good. We haven't done this side yet. It's a bit hard to tell on her hair because her hair is still kind of baby fine. It's really baby hair still. Let's see if it'll be able to pick up the image of it. Ooh,
I can't see.
a little bit.
Oh. See how much it comes to get later.
Oh, that's a good idea. So this did not work the best on Hazel's hair, and I think that's because her hair is so fine and thin. Like it's still her baby hair. All done doing Haley's hair. We've done this side only, we haven't done this side. What we did notice is very much like when you're brushing your hair regularly, a lot of hair gets stuck in the comb part, not an excessive amount, but there is quite a bit of hair that gets pulled out and stuck in the teeth of the comb area. Quite a bit more came off on her hair than it did for Hazel's. It was actually quite successful. All right,
That's a lot of hair. I'm surprised.
I'm not sure how much of that you can see. So I am all done with this side of my hair, and I went ahead and made sure I brush out this side as much as possible so we can kind of see what it looks like. There's no more big waves left on this side of my hair. So this is the untreated side. Okay. My fingers are getting stuck in it a bit. It wants to tangle up, but it has been brushed thoroughly. And those are what my ends are kind of looking like over here. Not that bad. This is the treated side, okay? My fingers are going through it really smoothly. I'm not getting stuck in any way on it. And it is definitely a bit smoother, though it's really, I mean, you can't see. Like you can't really see a difference. That's, I think, one of the good things about this. You can't see that like anything's missing from your hair. But here are the ends. Let me try and pull them up a little bit together. And they do look like they're not like frazzled as much as on the other side. However, a whole ton of hair is in this little thing. There's hair all over my lap. There's hair, let me unplug it, filled in this little chamber there. I mean, it's full. There's hair dusting out all over the place. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other half of my hair, but before I do that, I wanna show you a couple little like tips that I figured out while doing this. I'm gonna do it with the device turned off so I can kind of demonstrate it better. When you are putting it through your hair, because of the way the teeth are, let's say you take a little small section of hair, okay, and you go to thread it through here, through this space in there, it's kind of hard to maneuver into it without the teeth scrunching the hair back up. So what I found was working well is, again, working with smaller sections of hair. The thinner it is, the easier it is to pass through, but at the same time, the thicker it is, the more it grabs. So you have to kind of find that sweet spot in between of where you're grabbing a piece that's thick enough that will grab through and reach the blades, but thin enough that you can fit it through without snagging. Okay, so for me, it's about this much hair here. And what I'm doing is, again, this is off, so it's not gonna work. I'm kind of wiggling it in, getting it as close to the root as possible, and then using the bottom teeth to kind of push up and pull it down. So it's kind of combing it out a little bit before I clamp down and pull. So I'm wiggling it in, and as I wiggle it in, it scrunches the hair up. So I'm gonna push it against the teeth on the bottom, pulling it taut, pull it down a little bit to smooth it out, and then pull it down, clamp, and pull through. You want to pull through smoothly and slowly because that's what's going to make sure that it gets all the hairs. And you want to go through each strand, each section 3 times, 4 to 5 if you need it. But whatever you do, you want to make sure you're doing the same thing all the way throughout. We've got a whole boatload more of hair in here to dump out. I finished doing both sides of my head. Between both sides of my head, it's quite a bit of hair there. So all in all, my opinion on this is I like it. I think it was easy to use. I think it was effective. Clearly, I mean, this is quite a lot of hair here. It's not that heavy. It went pretty quick. This was about $119. I got it from the Televera's website. I did not get it on Amazon, which is my normal shopping site, because on Amazon it was more expensive. There are other versions of products that are similar to this, but this is one of those products where I didn't want to risk getting a knockoff. I wanted to make sure that I was getting one that had a good reputation. Yes, it is expensive, a lot more expensive than what I would normally spend on a product for myself, but in the end it comes out to being roughly the same amount of what I would spend on getting my hair cut twice. And now I'm not gonna have to go get my hair cut as often because my ends are gonna be cleaner and healthier. This really is best for people who have medium to thick hair, and it does again have to be at least chin length. I would say closer to shoulder length. You're really not going to get much results with anything shorter than that, because if your hair is that short, that means that you're getting your hair cut more regularly, so there's really no need for it in the first place. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. You know you'll definitely hear back from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up, share, subscribe, check me out on Instagram, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!